Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another Factorio stream. Sunday night, Pyanodons? That's not right. Pyanodons on Dgray's community server, hosted by Bitfrotter. Let's get into the game and let's see if anyone is around this evening. Never type the password right every time. Nope, still typing it wrong. Oh, come on. There we go, we're in. Just going to hop on Discord, see if anybody is about. Not yet, but they usually turn up after a few minutes or so. So yeah, so see where we left last night. We'd just gotten molten Nexalite into Nexalite. So that's good. Ah, good evening, Kev.
Good evening. I thought you weren't going to be around on account that it's Father's Day.
Wow, no, it was obviously Father's Day. It got overshadowed by my son's birthday today. It was his day was more important, to be fair. So yeah, I was trying to stream this afternoon with him, but we just couldn't find the time. You know, it's one of those days where just everything kept coming. We're just like, nope, we just didn't get down to it in the end. So I'm here for an evening stream of Pyanodons instead.
Well, it's always nice to have you.
Yep, it's always nice to have yourself as well. Just got to try and figure out what is going on. Right.
I think we're really going to try to make a hard push towards Circuit 3s this time.
Yeah,
I'm trying to figure out what people don't.
Is Binary on? I know he was earlier. Is he still playing?
He's on, but he's not responding to anything at the moment. So he might be
HB8. Yeah, AFK. Yeah. Oh, there he is. I see him on the map now. Yeah. Yeah, he's just sat up. I think he was building that, wasn't he? The K-Morts came out. Don't know how you pronounce it.
Them land shrimp.
They look like. Oh God. Look funky. Let's see. What's he building up here?
Welcome, Akram.
Hey, good evening, Akram. You should join the server in a sec if we're lucky. We can start working out what we're doing.
He's here. He's here.
Is he already on? Ah! There he is. There's never a there's not a player list, is there, in Factorio? Thinking about it. You can't sort of click a button and see who's on. I suppose the closest you've got is turning player names on and off. Okay, at least that sort of highlights where people are then. Type P/O. Ah! You learn something new every night, look at that. I did not know you could do that. That's good to know, thank you, Akram. That's like top tip of the night, that is.
Interesting, interesting.
Right, how is my Nexalite build going? Okay, I think I've maxed out the chest here, yep. I can probably make a few more chests here if need be. Ah, good evening, Bitfrotter. Good luck with the building, we'll try to catch up this week. Need to get out early, so going to bed early. No worries, mate. No worries at all. Thanks for stopping by, and thanks for hosting the server, obviously. Most importantly. Awesome, there we go. I've got my Nexalite running again. So that molten Nexalite's being used properly now. Lovely. Okay, right, so before the end of last night there was something next in the chain. I think Akram, you were mentioning...
The Nexalite chain?
Yeah, there was something, we said we finished it and he said there was something else. What was the... Ah, there it is. Yeah, that's the one. Oh wow. Somebody's been busy. Oh, that's cool, but yeah, you can save the backup file, can't you, and just run it solo to see what's going on. It's not a bad idea, actually. Oh, good evening, Black. Welcome. See, he's hopped onto Discord.
Yeah, good evening.
Hey,
I figured I should show up. I just was like, oh, I wonder if there's some people playing. And I just went, and then you were there, guys, as usual.
yeah, we play most nights, to be fair. I only have a couple of nights off during the week at the minute where I do either something else or just have a night off. So usually when Dgray's streaming, but his schedule's a bit busy at the minute, so he's not able to. So I'm just trying to stream as much as I can to keep the sort of flow of Pyanodons going, really.
I wonder if we should call the channel Cobai instead of Dgray at this point.
Yeah, bless him. I think he's very busy at work at the minute, so it must suck. I mean, I'm working from home at the minute, and it's work, as it were.
Yeah.
It's always a little less productive when you're at home than when you're actually at work, but it's.
Oh yeah.
I think he was working from home, but I think he travels quite a bit from what I gather. So he's often out and about in the sort of, I don't know if it's the area when he travels quite a bit between areas, so it's not easy for him. So, but we're still here. We're still powering on through the Pyanodons. We'll get the rocket launch. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Well, I think
it's been a while I've played on the community server. I started my own server, and I was like, oh man, it's so hard. It's like so many chain. I am like just about to start the animal chain so I can do the second science. And I'm like, oh boy. And then it's been what, a week I haven't been on your server, and I'm like, oh boy, I'm lost. I don't know what to do.
It's pretty full. I mean, I have one night off and come back and go, Kev, Akram, where are we? Because it takes a few minutes to get yourself reacclimatized to what's going on, definitely.
Yeah.
2, 3. Just checking out this chain for the molten nextlet, which is the improved version, which appears to be working really well. That's a very nice build, Kev, actually, on the old nextlet chain. It's a lot simpler than I thought it would be. I honestly thought that would be a real like pig of a challenge to set up because of the different pulp stages, but it actually looks pretty straightforward looking at it like that. Oh, Kev's been dropped from the game. Oh dear.
Yeah, internet's not great out here.
Especially when we're trying to run a massive mod pack like this on a server, I imagine. Okay, so complex. I'm going to have a look at this. Oh, I forgot to fire up my special knowledgeable program so that I can pretend I know what I'm talking about when it comes to Pyanodons. Let's open that up so I can see all my shortcuts and all my recipes. Okay.
Yeah, what is that little software that you're using?
So it's one that Kev recommended called Yet Another Factorio Calculator.
Okay.
And it's like a standalone program, but you can load up Pyanodons into it, and it gives you like the full rundown of what you can and can't make, etc., and how to make it all.
Well, what is different? How is it different than the FNEI?
FNEI is helpful. Don't get me wrong, I do use that quite a bit. But this one, I just find it's a little bit. Now I got used to it, it's much easier to use. It's one of those things, I think.
You can actually build like spreadsheets of what you're producing and how many buildings you need from whatnot.
Oh, that would be useful, because I mean, I'm always going overboard with something, and then I'm like, oh, but that's through my previous chain, and the previous chain, and the previous chain. It's like, oh man, it's endless.
Yeah, this is good for that because you can click into what you want to build. So in this case, I'm just setting mine up now to go for the high-tech circuit board to see what we're missing, and it tells you everything you need for it and what it's made in. And then on each one of these sub parts, you can then click on and run a chain on it to see what you need to make to get to that part. Just sort of say, yeah, I can do all these different bits. But it's pretty intuitive now. I've got the hang of it.
It's like a standalone hell mod if you're familiar with hell mod.
There we go, high-tech circuit board recipe. So I know Binary was working on this earlier and he said he had almost all of the ingredients available. I'm just going to check Discord because he did say in there.
Corner.
What did he say? The last thing... Oh, I'm trying to see where he said he was. There was one last thing he said he hadn't got, so I don't know if he's got it all now or not. Here we go. Only had 2 of 11 things left on the tier 3 circuits.
I'm going to take the guess that it's bio batteries and something else.
Okay. Of course I can, but I'll post the link to... Well, I say I'll post a link, I've got to try and find the link to it again, but let me just put the name of it. Where is it? Yet another... Nope. There it is. So I found it on, I think it's Reddit I found it on original, like when I found the post, but I think it's on GitHub. Yeah, GitHub, here we go. Let's get the link for you here. I'll put it in the Pyanodons channel there for you a bit so you can see it.
Thank you, Cobai.
And Black, obviously, if you want to use it as well, obviously it's there for you. Right, let's have a look. Where did you say? Oh, is it where Binary actually is? I reckon that's where he's trying to build high-tech stuff.
Yeah, that 3x3 square mess. Yes, that is.
I have vanadium. Vanadium? I think that's what it's called. Vanadium, yeah. I did some guar, just a little bit, eh? Just a small patch. Nice. Very nice. And syngas. Again, just another small patch. So, yeah, lovely. You love to see it. Things you love to see. Lots of stuff being barreled and produced. What does SMD stand for? SMD1, SMD2. Ah, okay, so yeah, so it is. So, okay. Is it possible to work out? So, Kev, what do you reckon it was then? Bio batteries was one of them.
I'm going to try to build all the animals needed to make bio batteries because I don't see them anywhere on the map. But he's got an assembler for it and some of the bits.
Okay. Ah, right, okay, I see, yeah. Because you've got alien bacteria, phytoplankton. Jeez, that's a hell of a setup.
So I'm looking around and I'm trying to find Digrits, Scrondrix, Xenos. I don't know if we're going to need cadaveric arms either. So.
It sounds like you're talking a foreign language right now. That's how bad this Pyanodons has got. It literally sounds like you're talking a foreign language to me.
I mean, a lot of this stuff I've never heard pronounced, so I'm just guessing.
Just winging it like I do. Just like, I'm going to pronounce it how I think and just hope no one picks me up on it. Well, if you find something else that needs producing for that, let me know, and I will obviously start running around like a madman and try and build it. I'm pretty sure I can just work out the recipes in the calculator now and start building stuff. What else hasn't he got then? I don't know any way to check. There's no real... I suppose without going logistics... You can't keep your character and logistics open at the same time, can you? No, that's annoying. So, right, I'm going to check each one off the list as we go. So, optical fiber. I'm going to work my way down the list and see if it's on the network or not. Okay, I can't see... Oh, there we go. No. Right, optical fiber is at a massive loss. So, production of that. What's going on? I'm thinking at least if I can improve some of the setups for that, then that would be useful all round, I guess, wouldn't it? So...
what's going on with Nobium? Is that...
Nobium? Oh, that's the ore to plates, isn't it? Niobium. We got 42 ore, 42,000 ore, 20,000 plates. Appears to be okay. Unless you're going to start using like a massive amount of it.
I think that's the current holdup. The Nobium complex barrels are missing for the optical fiber.
Nobium complex. Niobium. Ah, the liquefied stuff. Now, was that being made? Yes. Oh, hang on. That's because the trains stopped coming. Where's the train? Ah, I broke the train. Right. I fixed it. Got rid of my signals that were on there. I left some signals on there thinking I was going to set up the next light output, but never did. So, oh, did you set up? Was that drill bits? Did you set up for that? Nice. Oh, that's
yeah. We're not lacking in next light.
No, I'm going to say that's worked out well. Yeah, basically don't need the train station there now, do we? Really? Is it worth getting the bots to buffer the Nexalit in the base somewhere in a buffer chest? So that when we do call it, we're not waiting for them to go 600 miles out of the way. Would that be a sensible thing to do?
I don't actually know how the buffer chests work. How do they work?
So basically, rather than having active passive requester, you use a buffer chest and you logistically tell it what you want in there, and it will call in that many from wherever it's got in the network to that specific point and hold it there. So you've always got whatever limit you set. So let's say the Nexalit's obviously the thing. Is it Nexalit? Yeah, it's Nexalit, isn't it? Yeah. So you take the Nexalit from there and we say, actually, I want 10,000 ore always stored somewhere in the storage location we've got, obviously middle of the base. So the bots will go out, get 10,000, bring it over to the buffer chest, and they'll keep it topped up at 10,000 all the while.
So will they prioritize the buffer chest over
Yes,
the...
because the buffer chest is closer, they'll go to the buffer chest first, and the other bots will go and refill it as we use in the buffer chest, basically. So it saves you that bit of downtime between travelling. Unless you use a massive amount of it, in which case, yeah, there's no hope. But otherwise, it should reduce a huge amount of travelling time across the map when it comes to it. I think I can set that up just from doing Yeah, I'll set one up and see if it works. So buffer. Hey, good evening, Phil. One learns here every day. They do every day's a school day on the Pyanodon server. You learn things about vanilla you didn't know you knew when you're playing this bloody game. It's nuts. So right, I'm setting up a buffer chest, which I'll move obviously to the central location in a minute. Once I found the ore, wherever it's hiding. Raw next to it, there we go. I'm going to tell it I always want 10,000. Then I'll quickly cut that chest up. And I will place it somewhere central, which central warehouse, here we go. So someone set up a big warehousing area with warehouses. Now the space we can't use for warehouses, I'm just going to bung down the buffer chest. So there we go, the bots have placed it. 10,000 raw nexlet is now on the way to the buffer chest in the central warehouse. So now anything that requests raw nexlet will pull straight from that chest first. And I think the bots will start pulling out of the big mine. Yep, there's a few bots coming out now. They're coming from the south. They're all streaming up past the mine now to pull a load out. They just pulled 6k out of there. There we go. Yep, just shy of 6k is coming from that mine, which I'm assuming will now continue producing. Yes, it does. Yep, that's now remining. Beautiful. You see this string of bots across the map. But that basically means we now have raw nexlet in the middle of the map for everything to pull from. But that'll also work for other mines we set up. So if you set another one up somewhere else, exactly the same, it's already there, the buffer chest. So if the other mine runs out, the new mine will just start sending its stuff there, no worries. So it's quite handy to centralize all of your ores if you need to, because these are so far out, and obviously trains are... I think trains are one of those things. I mean, I've watched a few people playing Pyanodons, and it seems to be people either go, like us, full robot grid and just robot everything. They either go spaghetti city and everything is just stuck together, belts everywhere, and it's just... I mean, it's incredible to watch, but it's also confusing as hell. I mean, we've got some sort of system here, although it's still very, you know, we think we know where stuff is, we're not quite sure, we'll find it eventually. And then there's the third type that just go full trains, and they have proper city blocks based on train layouts, and everything is in a train section, and it's just a massive train network of stuff, which again is incredible.
Yeah, it's train grid, or bot grid, or just a mess.
Just stick it together.
My world is. It's just a mess. I'm not going with any robots or only trains for getting ores to the base, and I'm just like, this is a mess.
Right, well now the train is unloading again, we should find you have Nobium Complex coming out properly now. Just going to double check this is running. Yeah, it looks like it is. Ah, you know what I'm missing there? The only thing I've just realised, I could put, now I know about overflow and underflow valves. So one thing I haven't put on there. .3, so it's not quite the 80%, but it's close. Yeah, I think I need to change that. At least, oh, I can hop on the train to this. Aha, where's the train for me? Straight up 3 blocks. Yeah. Let's bring the old train over to me. I'm gonna race it. Go, 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 go. Actually run quite fast, to be fair. Probably outrun the train. Okay, let's get me... Yep, down to there's fine. Actually, that's where I want to go. That's perfect. Here we go. Oh. Right, let's try and fix this little setup I made. So which one do I want? The valve wise is the overflow valve. When allows flow when input is over 80%. Allows flow when output. Okay, so that needs to be an overflow valve, right? So we take that off there, move that to there, take that off there, and put in. Where's that valve gone? There it is. Put a valve there. There we go. Let's see if that improves that any. There we go. So all the output comes through here and straight into here. If it backs up above 80%, it allows it into the barrel. There we go. That should work. What's that making in there? That's making the niobium oxide, which actually can't output quick enough into my electrolyzer. So that means I could probably have another one of those if need be. What does that need in? That just needs that and salt. Jeez. Missed the trick here, haven't I? How much salt's in there? Plenty, you know what? Do that. Do that. Do that. That just needs to be the same. I need to output from... Oh, I know. I know. I have a plan. Oh, you dropped out again, Kev. Hey, there we go. Get a little bit creative with the setup. Right, now it gives me twice the output. Just need a power pole. Salt is the only thing it needs more of. 5, 10, 15, 20. Nope, that's running full tilt. Lovely. Love it when a plan comes together. I've effectively doubled the is it niobium? Yeah, niobium plate now. Removed a bit of the backlog there, that's fine. So that is just, yeah, this. Plenty of that. Just needs more, doesn't it? It just literally needs more. There was no party today, unfortunately, Phil. We're still kind of on lockdown in the UK. It's not. We had people to the front door at a distance, dropping a few presents off. We just let my son run the day, basically. We said, you can do whatever you want today. It's your birthday. We're stuck in the house. What do you want? And his answer was, I want to play my games and go on my phone all day. So we kind of let him do as much as we could. We were trying to squeeze a stream in earlier this afternoon, but we just had too many people around, like, to visit and drop presents off, and too much to do, so we ended up just watching him play a bit of Warzone before bed. Yes, we had cake. We had a Clyde the Caterpillar cake today. It was very nice, chocolate cake. Recommend, highly recommend. Yeah, sadly, no stream was had and no party was had. Just the 5 of us in the house. So hence why I'm streaming just tonight now rather than twice today. So, but hopefully we'll get on during the week. So I'm working from home all week, so I'm hoping we can squeeze a stream in somewhere. Keep them happy. Okay. Right, let's see how those optical fibers are doing. Right, optical fibers appear to be okay now. The yeah, they're raising quite nicely, so that's solved. You'd be pleased to know. Oh, welcome back, Kev. Next is the Neuromorphic Chip. Okay. Let's have a look for that. Neuromorphic Chip is being made, so no worries there. Complex circuit board we are making, we appear to have going well again. Multi-layer SMD capacitors, I'm sure they're being done. Multi-layer, yes, that's fine. Is a high-tech chip here somewhere? It must be. Yes, there is. SMD diodes, I imagine that is okay. SMD diodes, yes. High frequency, I've just seen those as well. Oh, where'd that go? High frequency is okay. Mounted circuit substrate. Mounted. Ooh. Okay, mounted circuit substrate appears to be a missing one. Nothing there at all. Let's check production.
So you're in the back of it. I don't know what's not being.
What'd you say, Kev? You broke up a little bit there. Come in, Kev. Are you there?
I'm going to be fighting the cover the whole time.
Yeah, mounted circuit substrate I can't seem to find.
See if it fits through.
I'll check the old recipe. Ah, okay, we found. So is he? Oh, okay, he has got it there. So that's definitely. So he's got it, but it's not producing. Right, what's he missing? Two, three, four. Ah, okay, he's got. Interesting. Ah, this thing here. He's missing this input, whatever that is. I don't even guess what that is. Yeah, he's missing a certain input. Looks like a. What does that look like?
Is it a chemical?
No, it looks. I don't even know how to describe this to you. So if
Is
you
it a
look,
gray bar with a blue bit at the bottom?
no. If you look at his SMD2 square, and you go over to the right hand side of it, the bioreactor, the input to the bioreactor. It's like a. No, I don't. I can't even think of a word to describe it. You know, there's no word that describes that. It could be anything. It just looks like a. I don't know. To me, it's like a grey. It looks like a man's head on its side, but like one of the Stonehenge heads from Easter Island on its side, maybe. It's about as close as I can get to it.
I'm clearly not looking at the right bioreactor.
So yeah, the one binary is labeled up as SMD2. If you go down the right hand side, he's got automated factory, gene lab, and then he's got a bioreactor. And it's, I think
And it's got Zogna. I forget what they're called. They're bisphenol.
I got no idea. I'd be guessing. Let's see if I can find it in the list of things.
Oh, you didn't mean the thing that's in the box.
Yes, in the requester chest, sorry. It's asking
I
for...
think that's the Landstrom stuff.
Can't see it anywhere. What was it? Any idea what it's called?
It's a commot tendon.
How are you spell? How are you spelling that?
K-M-A-U-T-S
Aha!
tendon.
Extract Kamut's tendon. Okay. God, of all the things, I never would have guessed that. I tell you that much. So that's what he's missing there. So I wonder if that's what he's... Yes, that must be what he's setting up then. Because he's got Kamut enclosures. He's got a slaughterhouse. Taking caged ones in. He's extracting blood. But he's not getting tendons. Oh wait, what's this one here? That's for fish. Okay.
So he should be making pups, which then are being converted and then slaughtered. Yeah.
But he's only getting blood out, is that right? Where's the tendons? That's what the hold-up is there, anyway.
I don't know what the blood is. I don't know if it's processing comments or not.
I feel like I
You
need
shouldn't
to...
be getting blood that way anyways.
I'm going to run up to it and just have a poke around and see what he's actually doing up there, because I feel like it's... If he's getting blood from there, surely he should be getting tendons from there? I don't know. Look how fast you run on this. This is brilliant. Run, run, run. How much limestone has he still got? Oof, oh yeah, he's limited now to 10k. Okay, at least he limited it. Right, here we go. So this one... Yeah, it just outputs...
He's using Oryx.
Ah, okay. So that's the K. That's the K-moots in.
Right, so he's making pops, and then
Yeah, pups, and then he's getting the K-moots out.
cheese does a lot of Kmart spit, not enclosure.
Yeah, that little scroll bar goes a long way, doesn't it? And he's feeding them into this machine with cages to get caged ones. So does he not just need a slaughterhouse then that takes them in and gets tendons rather than blood? Or is that too simple?
No, he's still trying to speed up production. So the pups get made here, and then the pups come down over here to the creature chamber.
Okay.
Get raised up into full ones, and then I'm guessing they're going back up to be uncaged and stuck in as modular.
Right, but it's just he's waiting for that process to happen on each of these now, so that's probably why he's idled out, I guess. Oh wow.
That might help.
So what do these do then? They speed it up by 40%. Wow, that is sped up by 3,360%, but it's still only going at 1.384. That's bonkers. That is incredibly slow, isn't it?
Yeah, the modules don't do a whole lot compared to everything else.
That is no wonder he's idled out to let it run. Jeez, that's insanely slow.
Like a fish adds 375% speed to its query.
Whereas the K-mounts do next to nothing then by the look of it. Jeez. Okay, so he's probably got that section of the high-end circuits under control then, if that's the case. So the mounted circuit substrate is probably okay once he gets this bit running properly, I suppose. I'll have a look at the next one down then. Processors. Okay, I don't think we have any processors. No, we don't appear to have processors, if I'm not mistaken. This is where I'm going to say, I'll have a look at that, and then realise the production chain is 400 levels deep. Let me have a look on.
So you're going to need graphite sheets, you're going to need epoxy. Both of those have fairly long chains. You should already have this industrial solvent. We have vacuum, we have gold, we have aluminum. The processor core is going to need heavily doped, heavily p-doped silicon, and that we have everything else.
Okay, so if I go processor core, there we go. So the heavily p-doped silicon. So you know what? I'm going to go down that route then, and just if we need that, I'll work on that as my goal then to make sure that's ready and available in barrels at least. See, heavily p-doped, lightly n-doped, and heavily n-doped. Oh wow. And Chitosan.
So we already have heavy N and light.
We've got heavy and light N. Okay, so it's just heavily p-doped. Silicon wafer. We got silicon wafers, didn't we? I think you made those, didn't you, the other night? I'm sure you said it. Was it last night you got silicon wafers? Because Akron was looking for them, wasn't he? That's right.
Yeah, I'll point to it if the server lets me.
That's it, yeah. Yeah.
Yep, all that stuff down there.
Yep, so your silicon waves, so you do have them. We are using them quite a bit though. I don't know if that's going to be a bit of a... Oh. Yeah, we are struggling with that a little bit. We need more. So what's the hold up there? Is that just literally a... It's just a crafting issue, isn't it? You just need that and that, input. Oh, hang on. Is there a reason you only set one up at that section and not three? Like the high pressure furnaces with it. Is that just... Oh, I'm trying to work out what... Oh, okay. Oh, no, I see. They just make that, but yeah, you should be able to make... Oh, there you go. Akron with the hand of God this time. Yeah, that should solve... Aramid 5 is a bottleneck anyway. Okay, that's good to know. We can... I can work backwards when it comes to it if need be. So we've got silicon wafers. Nexilit plate we have because I've just sorted that out, just seen that issue. Cold clean air, I'm going to guess that is straight off of a... Oh no, you do have actually a production chain for cold clean air. Biofilm and cold air. Oh wow. Okay. What about etching solution? Is that going to be the same thing? Phosphoric acid, sulfuric acid, and hydrogen peroxide. And lard. Oh wow. Pick a chain, any chain but this one. Okay, do we have biofilm? I think we have biofilm. Yes, we do have biofilm, so...
Don't worry about the liquid nitrogen. Just put gasoline instead of liquid nitrogen.
Okay. So...
Because it's a loop. Like, it'll output the nitrogen and then you just compress it back into liquid nitrogen.
Okay. Good to know. So that's the evaporator with purified air. Purified air comes off of pressurized air and activated carbon. Oh my god. Okay, pressurized air is easy. Do we have activated carbon?
Yeah, we should do.
Yes, we have. There's 500 about, so we must be making it somewhere. Okay. And then... So, I need a pressure pump and a filter Mark II. That's what I need. Let's see if we can't get this going. Pressure... Oh, pressure pump Mark II, why not? Right, I'm going to build it in one of these squares up here near him because I guess it's going to be handy to have them nearby. Let's build them up here. So we just need a pressure pump. Get rid of some of this rubbish I've got on me that I don't need. I picked up, so I need those. Pressure pump. Here we go. Make pressurized air. Lovely. Pressurized air and activated carbon into a filter. Let's put that there. Yeah, you make it in here as well, didn't you? There we go. So that's biofilm and cold air. So purified air. Do that with, oh, not a provider. Where's a requester? I haven't got any. Of course I haven't got any requester chests. Why would I have those on me? Don't use them a lot. Okay. So that will request the activated carbon. Yes, please. This will put out. Hey. Oh. Turn it round. So that's now making. We'll make purified air. So I need an evaporator. Evap. Let's do a Mark II because I can. Might not need it, but I'm going to use it. Why not? We'll put that next to it. Because that just needs. So you reckon, so it shouldn't need liquid nitrogen, it should just need gasoline. So let's see what happens when I pull this up.
You'll need nitrogen, but only to get it started.
Just to get it started. So I want to make, here we go, get cold air. I see, oh wow. So you put purified air in, liquid nitrogen in, and you get cold air, and you get nitrogen out. And I guess you use the nitrogen
in a compressor to make liquid nitrogen.
Excellent. Right, so if I get a compressor, Mark II, of course. I start to remember Mark II all the while. Where did Black get to? He's still on Discord, but he disappeared. Thought he was going to come and do some building with us. Oh, there he is. You are still there.
I'm here. I'm still there. I'm just exploring the yet another Factorio calculator.
Ah, okay,
Not
fair
sure
enough.
I really understand how it works, but because I can get the recipes, I get my list. I'm just not sure of the numbers below.
Yeah, I tend to not look at the numbers and tend to just build out of, I need one of those, put one of those with that, one of that, and then see how much I get at the end of the chain.
Yeah, but you can like basically say, okay, I want like 2 a second,
Yes.
and then it changes all of the numbers.
Yeah, very true. It does tell you how many you would need to do that.
So that's what I'm kind of wondering. So I'm like, so I have like, for example, stone furnaces, but the number under it, is it the number of stone furnaces that I need? And then after that I say, like I saw,
How many per second?
but there's no like slash seconds. It's only like 10, like for example, it's 10.1 that is under the stone furnace. And then after that I have the consumption, which I chose as raw coal, which is 0.3 per second. And then the ore is, like for example iron ore, it's 8.05 per second. So I imagine that is the consumption, and then that it's the number of stone furnace that I need to then produce the number of iron plate depending on the number per second that I requested. But I might be wrong. I don't know if that's right or not. Anyone?
So you're trying to make iron, right? You're trying to make some sort of plates with the furnace, right?
Yeah, so basically, like, so in the desired product and amount, I have iron plate, for example. I'm just testing just to see how it works, and then after that, I'm just gonna drive down everything. So I say iron plate. I want iron plate. I want 2 per second. It's again just a test. I know it's very small, but 2 per second.
Right.
And then so I have iron plate that shows up below, and then I choose that I want to make it in stone furnace. And so I have the stone furnace, and under that number I have 20.1. And beside it, I've chosen raw coal as its consumption, like fuel consumption. And then beside it, there's the iron ore. Since I want to do the iron plate, it needs the iron ore.
Great. So to make 2 iron plate, you need 16 iron ore and 0.6 raw coal, and you need 20 stone furnaces to make.
Yeah, okay, so that's basically what it says. I just wanted to make sure that it is what it is, basically.
Yep.
There you go. You're now well versed in how to use yet another Factorio calculator.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh wow, 0.3 seconds. That's quick. Apparently, Phil's saying in stream chat that apparently it's based off the Helmod calculator. So it's, if you've used Helmod, it should be very similar in some respects.
Alright, but it's standalone and can take advantage of multiple threads.
True, quicker.
Like,
Yeah, definitely quicker. Trying to get my ratios right now on this beast that I'm building. Okay, I think that'll work.
Okay, so then the next question is, so I have my iron ore, and I'm choosing, for example, the mining depot. And what are those numbers? I have like under the mining drone, I have like 139 microsecond, like micro per second. All right, like I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say, Kevin.
let me build it real quick. Hold on.
Yeah.
If in doubt. There we go. Gasoline in. Water in. Nitrogen in. That just needs liquid nitrogen in. Which comes out of here. Which we will put.
I have no idea. It's probably because mining roads are weird.
Yeah, so I guess if I change the recipe.
Yeah, to be fair, mining drones are a bit of a special case in this one, I think. they kind of cheat
Yeah,
some of
okay.
the things out, so it might not be accurate for those.
Yeah, it's just because it doesn't say like the number of. It's not the number. I don't know if it's the number of drones that you would, in theory, need or not. But for if you have like a iron, like the mining, the electric mining drill, then it says whatever it is.
Yeah,
Right?
you need like 32 to get your
Yeah,
16%.
exactly. Yeah. Which is an insane amount when you look at it. And two iron plate per second is barely nothing in Pyanodon.
Ah, damn! I thought I'd got this bang on, and now it turns out, nope. I'm gonna have to move that out of the way.
Are these like steel pipe, or like these are new pipes, right? That you unlock later on.
Could be Nobium. It's probably Nobium.
If it's Nobin, it's probably me. I'm using them everywhere. They look shinier.
Okay. But does it have any can it just have like more
They go further.
liquid? Oh, they go further. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's 32 tiles instead.
Okay.
Instead
Oh,
of
wow.
10. It's like over 3 times the amount, so it's well worth it. It solves a
Oh,
few
wow.
very interesting pipe problems, I can tell you that much.
Well, that's nice because you can go basically across any building at this point.
Yeah. Exactly. It's beautiful. Oh, I still can't do this. I can't do the pipes here like I wanted to. It's really annoying. Okay, remove these. Need to move them out. Okay, let's try again. So that one is fine, that's direct. That one will be how? It'd be fine if I do that, I suppose. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Pump jack, that's annoying. Really wanted a pump jack. Next to that, right. Super annoying, but I want it to at least look good when I'm building it. It's got to look half decent. It can't be just slapped together. I like my designs to be somewhat pretty to look at, or at least understandable. So far, this one is not. Can't do it there. It has to be there. Has to be there. There we go. Right. So that puts your gasoline in water once it's got powered. This one won't win a beauty contest. No, it definitely won't, unfortunately. This is, yeah, it's not great. It's the pipes that get in the way. They just get in the way of themselves. Really annoying. Why is it I've got power? Come on. Oh. There we go, right, now I've got 2 of the 3 things. Just need nitrogen in. And then I'm hoping... Yep, I can still do this. Luckily that's still enough room to reach. I can just vent steam gas off, can't I? Like actual steam. Steam.
Yeah. Can you? No. Well.
I I don't really know.
You can use a tailings pond for sure.
Ah, okay. Oh, well, yeah, I'll, let's do that then. That's right, I can build one of those, that's fine. I shall build that. That can just sit below there. There we go. Yeah, so that's all the outputs covered. So I just need... What do I need in? A bit of nitrogen just to kickstart the process then. So let's do this. Empty nitrogen. Put some power on it. Request in and get rid of, and then this should if I've done it correctly. Oh. We haven't got any nitrogen on the logistic network by the look of it. We got liquid nitrogen, okay, that's fine. I'll put it in up here. So do that. In, out. Empty liquid nitrogen, yes please. Bit of power. There we go. Lovely. So I believe, in theory, I can then remove that request. What's not going out? So I'm not getting nitrogen in. Because I'm not getting rid of the cold air. Right. Let's just see where that comes. The cold air. That's called cool air in this one. Oh, cold air. That makes the purified air. Hey, I lost the plot on my production chain here. Cold air comes from purified air and liquid nitrogen, so that comes out here. Cold air and biofilm into cold clean air and petroleum. Yes, okay, that I was right. So it's the cold air I need to get rid of, and that needs to come out into another filter with biofilm. Okay. Okay. Filter Mark II because I can. Put that here somewhere. Hopefully. Filter Mark II. You go, let's say there. Try and keep it as close as I can. Hang on. I can stay. Get rid of those barrels first. and this is making none of those. Cold clean air, there we go. Straight in, that just needs cold air in, biofilm in, so that does that. Yep, lovely, lovely, let's go along till that's filled up, and then biofilm in, which we'll put here. There we go. And that will output cold clean air and petroleum. So petroleum, I guess I just barrel up out of the way. That removes that problem. Petroleum. Fill petroleum, yes please. In and out. In and out. Spot of power. And a pipe. There we go. So that gets rid of that. And then the cold clean air is the next bit in the chain. In fact, it's not, because next in the chain from cold clean air, we need next light we've got, cold clean air we've got, silicon wafers we've got. It's the etching solution that I need to do next. So let me just get rid of some of my recipes off my list. Okay.
You want to just do that over with the other ones?
Is there another?
If
oh, there is
over
etching.
With the
oh, in that case,
yeah, with the etching.
I might not need to make any more than if we. Where is it being made? Did binary sets them up already, or?
Just doing with the other wafer chips.
Ah, okay.
But I might be using some of your cold air for nitrogen generation.
That's okay, I can always increase it if it comes to it.
Because if you do 40 cold clean air and an activated carbon, you get 8,000 nitrogen.
Oh, wow. That's quite a lot. In that case, I'm just going to use the logistic network to make this next part then and see what happens, because it should take care of itself up to a point. So I just need a gas processing unit. Let's see what happens. Ah, nichrome. I want nichrome on me. Let's get some of that. Oh, I don't know why I do that. In there. Nichrome, there we go. Lovely, that's on the way. Good old logistic network for the win. Let's have a little look. See whether the bots can get to me. There we go, Mark II as well, even better. Gotta love a Mark II. Right, let's put this at the top when it's built. So it's a gas processing unit, and we put in silicon wafers, etching solution, cold clean air straight through next to it. So I just need to bring in etching solution via an unload. So let's do. Just do that there. And then in, out, in, out. Takes a few buildings to build, never mind. There we go, you request those. Put some power on it, lovely. It's nearly built. So 1, 2 things in plus a chest of things, and that should be enough. In theory. Yep. Last 2 things. Here we go. And oh, what's that big old unit? Right, let's put that there for now. Heavily P-doped, that's the one. Ugh. No, I'm gonna have to move it. I need space to actually put the things in. That's annoying. Yeah, let's bring that. Do that there. That there to there. Ooh, and then in. So we can bring that from there to there. Yes. God, messy as, but if it works, it works. And then that just literally needs a request the chest in. Power pole. Well, you request 100 plates and 50 of those. Okay, fingers crossed. So this is just an output into a box, isn't it? So this is literally that. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, hang on, is that not... Am I not inside the hitbox there? Oh, seriously. I hate this. The box is one lower than the actual design. Ugh. There we go. We now have heavily P-doped silicon. Sorted. That's not bad, that fits into one little corner quite nicely. So where does that leave us for the processors then? So, aluminium plate, gold plate. Do we actually make gold plate anywhere?
Yeah, we're making it in the fusion reactor.
Oh, sweet.
Particle accelerator.
So, aluminium gold plate, vacuum's easy. Industrial solvent. Oh, I don't see industrial solvent.
It's there, somewhere.
Ah, he's not... Oh no, there it is, it's output. from there into the mixer.
So we're gonna have to barrel it in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he's not actually barreling anywhere. Looks like we could fit a barreler in though. If I do that. Let's see if I can do this remotely. Then all I need to do is copy and paste over the top of that. Change this into
Yeah, we have graphene already. Yay!
and then what we'll do is we'll take that and we'll make that industrial solvent. Where are you? Which is over here. Okay. That needs to be barrels, so I need to request the chest. You need to request. Empty barrels. 112. Cut. Paste. Okay. There we go. We're now barreling the solvent. Well, I am pinching it all, but might have to stick a valve on that at some point.
Processing enough fiber.
And the list goes on and on. So epoxy. Yep, epoxy is good. Graphene roll. Yep. Did you say we got graphene rolls now?
Yeah, all that sorted.
Graphene rolls, excellent. And then processor core. Do we have processor cores? No, I don't think we do.
Isn't that what you're working on?
No, I'm working on processors. This is processor core that goes into it by the look of it. Yeah, I just need a processor core to go into the processor itself.
Right, which uses the heavily p-doped silicon.
That's the one. I've just completely missed like an entire row of my own recipe. So I need the 3 of the silicons, and then I need Chitosan. I'm assuming Chitosan is... oh no. We don't have Chitosan. What is Chitosan? Chitosan, there we go. Made from chitin, empty petri dishes, sodium hydroxide and mutant enzymes. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah, that's yeah. Good luck. Nice knowing you.
Yeah, that's like a whole chain on its own, isn't it? Just to get that. So the empty petri dishes, that's easy. Sodium hydroxide, that's easy. Chitin. Wow.
I'm just gonna say that it's chitin.
It's what? Chitin?
Chitin.
It's chitin.
Chitin.
It's definitely chitin.
I don't know. I think the best way of getting it right now is bees.
Bees. Bees. Okay, can't even see how you get it from bees unless it's from. Nope. Nope. Okay, that recipe is not existing in FNEI by the look of it. Let's have a look. Chitosan. Chitin. Yes, you got from
We have it,
arcads.
so-
From
Yeah, those.
oh, okay. They're called arcads. Arcad. Oh boy. So we're actually making arcad somewhere then. Oh, got 300. Okay. Oh, brilliant. Ask and ye shall receive, I think, is the thing there, isn't it? So am I okay just to request arcads into?
Yeah, this should be fine. Just limit things and yeah.
Yeah, I want to run top speed, but so that's a slaughterhouse, isn't it then? Let's get one of those. I've not done a slaughterhouse before. This will be a first. Let's build this down this corner. Slaughterhouse is going to be interesting, I think. What are we missing? Circuit 2s and tar. Wow, lots of tar. Holy smokes. That's a whole lot of tar missing. Slaughterhouse, there you are. Oh, that just fits. Oh. I've just seen the title when you go to the slaughterhouse. Choose your next victim. Arcad, okay. Select the recipe. So full render. Oh, okay. Extract chitin. So full render gets everything, but doing the chitin recipe just gets chitins then. So I guess I just want that.
Yeah, just go straight for chitin.
Straight for the chitin, yep. So that's going to have to request in and passive out, and if I limit the passive to 1 stack, limit the request in to 25, and put a power bolt. Let's see how this goes. There we go. So that'll make 4 every 15 seconds, so it's not the fastest, but it's a start. So that gets me the chitin that I need. Chitin, 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 chitin.
Thanks.
Oh, he's a good one, isn't he? He's a good one. So then it's empty petri dishes, sodium hydroxide. So have we got empty petri dishes? Yep. Sodium hydroxide. Oh, minus. Okay, so we have got it. We're just using a lot of it, that's okay. We'll just have to work around it. And mutant enzymes. There better be some of these. Ah, there's none. I've gone down the rabbit hole of a recipe. Help. Right. How do we make mutant enzymes? Oh my god. Calmodulin binding mutant peptide, propeptides, and chimeric proteins. Oh, I want to get off this ride. I want to get off this ride now. So, do we have any of that stuff? Calmodulin, let's have a look at that first. Nope. Oh, you know when you wish you hadn't started something? This is that point.
Yeah, mutant enzymes. Good luck.
Yeah.
So I'm working on the Dgray spikes for the propeptides. So don't worry about that right now.
The propeptides, okay, that's cool. I'll ignore those. I'll go down the calmodulin binding mutant peptide route. It's a hell of a mouthful. Right, meat and bodas. Okay.
Yeah, if you could get everything set up except for the pineal gland, that would be helpful.
Apart from the... Oh yeah, pineal gland? Pineal gland, yeah. Well, we've got meat, we've got bodas. I'm assuming we've got filtration media. I think we have. Yes. Magnetic beads. Oh, we don't have magnetic beads though.
Magnetic beads are fairly easy.
Okay, let's have a look. Iron plate, nickel plate, agar, and and aluminium in a molecular assembler. Okay, we can do that. Let's do that one first. What have I got? Niobium? I haven't got niobium plate on me. Of course I haven't. Not 500. 200 is fine. One is Gav. Right.
Don't worry about handcrafting it. Akram, I've got it set up.
Oh, what, the molecular...
Oh no, for the fiber.
The fiber?
For Akram, not you.
Oh.
Sorry.
I go, what? Who? Pardon? It panicked me.
I guess I'll be working on the Scrondrix.
Scrondrix. I've just gone right down a rabbit hole of these thingies now. This is insane. So, molecular assembler, and we're making... Where is it? Magnetic beads, here we go. So this should be a really, really simple in and out. Request in. Passive out. $50. Lovely. Yep, that's all on the way. That should all go in, and that will make 5 every 10 seconds. That's 1 every 2 seconds. Yeah. So I could probably just double that up and then get 1 a second without really having to worry about it. That makes sense. Yeah, but that's the magnetic bead part of my chain covered. So you're doing the pineal glands. I've got the magnetic beads, filtration media, bodders, meat. So I'll build a gene lab then. Shall I just request all of this stuff then up to my area to make this thing?
Sure.
Cool. Thank you very much. So I need a gene lab. Gene lab. Better mark one of those for now. There's a whole lot of stuff this needs. It's insane. So those things, Pyanodons is like a love-hate type thing, isn't it? I think you either love doing this sort of thing and working out recipes, or you don't. I don't think there's an in-between for this at all. It's very much the Marmite of mods. What else do I need to build? So I've done that. I've got the chitin, so I can remove my other recipe. Yeah, it's just a mutant enzyme. So you're doing the propeptides, and then what about the chimeric proteins, because they'll be next.
Why? It somehow didn't get updated to the new food.
There we go, chitins in there, magnetic beads in there. Now this gene lab, that can go along the bottom as well. Let's leave one gap. A new, oh, there's propeptides. Oh wow. Seeded a moss, good, great. Ah, there is Calmodium binding mutant peptide, lovely. So I just request everything in, and hopefully it will just work when everything's set up. Okay. Delivering that, and that. So yeah, the only thing I'm missing to make the Calmodium stuff then is that funny frog looking thing. The pineal gland. Oh yeah, you're getting it from Scrondrix, are you? Okay. You can see the recipe now, so that's cool. So once we've got that, yeah, what about the chimeric proteins, Kev? Have you got those sorted, or do we need to work on those as well?
A good amount of it looks like we'll be processing ethanol from potatoes. And we have everything else.
Excellent. Okay.
I don't think the glycol's going into barrels currently, but it's part of that terrible build that I did with for.
Okay, what I'll do then is I will request all three things into the biofactory to make mutant enzymes up here, so once it's all going, it'll just start producing them. Biofactory, get one of those made. Will it fit here? Might be better. I bet it's too big. It's bound to be a big one. Oh, it's not. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. So you will be making mutant enzymes. There we go. So let's get a passive out. Oh, I've stood in my own way, of course. Okay, the mutant enzyme is set up ready for when we've got all the bits. So do you want me to start on anything then, since we've got have you got the pineal gland sorted? Are you working on that at the minute, Kev?
I'm trying to work on it. We don't even have the animal that makes it yet.
Ah, okay. The Scrondrix. Oh yeah. Yeah, you can make it a couple of different ways, but
I was just looking at the organ printing that we could do.
right, retrovirus we have. Just checking out the other thing then why I should do that to see if we've got enough to do ethanol barrels. Yes, lovely. Ethylene glycol. Yes, we don't have the ethylene glycol yet, so I need to set that into barrels somewhere. Where did you set that up? You remember? Ah, there we go. Ethylene glycol. Aha. Ah, I think you were going to set it up. Looks like you haven't got round to doing it.
Yeah, I did what I could from map view. Got rid of mining fluid and whatnot, but I haven't been over there yet to set it up.
So that just needs missing something. What's it missing? Chlorothanol. That's okay. Ethynyl chlorodrin. Just missing this, whatever this green thing is. What's the green thing? I don't know. Let's see if we can find it.
Chlorine gas. Needs
Ah,
to be barreled up from the chlorine gas protection.
oh god, where's that? It's just two green dots, isn't it? God, how do you remember where all this stuff is? Oh, I'd never know. Ah, see, we're just using it and not barreling it then.
Yeah, so from experience, is it better to drive the pipes all around or the barreling and unbarreling?
I think it depends on
Well,
distance.
I think the robots are 5 times faster because of Robot World in this one, so it's kind of skewed.
Okay.
Yeah, the robots are definitely a bit OP in this one. Having said that, look how much we've still got to do, and we're using robots that are overpowered. I mean,
I was just curious. Also, Dgray had on one of his videos enabling to see the signs on the map, like like all of the resources on the map, um, without tagging. And I was just wondering, how do you enable that? If you know.
what, as in the ores, or as in the recipes of stuff where you're building?
No, so basically, if you look at the one of the latest videos from Dgray, I think it's like 10 or 9, he goes and enables some kind of option, which he doesn't really explain how he goes into that option list. But basically, he goes and enables, so when you
Is
click
it
on
the
the map,
M4 list?
I think it's the
uh,
F4 list.
yes, it's exactly the F4 list. That's exactly what it is.
I'm going to guess it's F4 and it's ticking show recipe icons on map, but that's purely a guess.
Yes, that's.
I think
Well,
Akram's.
I need to look at it, but that was, yeah, show recipe icon on map.
That's the one.
That's the one.
Yeah, I think Akram's the MG of that. That should be the one, all being well.
Yeah, that's exactly the one I was looking for. Thank you, man. Now you all know everything, guys.
Right, I need to build. What was it? Chimeric proteins was. Right, so the ethylene. I don't know what to do with that ethylene glycol, and then obviously the chlorine. It's being used. There's not going to be enough. If I put a barreling station in there, it's just going to get absolutely hammered. In fact, the tholins is what's struggling. That whole setup is really struggling in terms of. You know what I'm tempted to do? Make another one of those and make more, because I don't just have it. If it's from tholins, then
You want to upgrade and stick some efficiency modules in it instead?
we could do actually. Yeah, actually, where am I? Am I? Yeah, I can run down to that, I think. So let me just set up here what I need to set up ready. So assuming that all comes through, we just need ethylene glycol, the ethanol, retrovirus, magnetic beads into a gene lab. So I need to unload 2 products into a third item. So we need 1, 2 of those. Into a gene lab. Gene lab is that big, so let's put that. Let's put it there. And then unload 2 products like so. So it's ethanol, empty ethanol barrel, and ethanol glycine. There we go. Just trying to set this up here before I head down that way, because at least I know it'll start working on the way back. Got an active anywhere? Active. There. And there. You need to make chimeric proteins. There we go. Oh, I lined that up beautifully. I do say so myself. With a requester chest. There we go. So you request, let's say, 25 of those. You request 10 of those. So this only needs 4 and 15, so 8 and 30 should be enough. Perfect. So that's all that. Oh, you have done. Oh, nice one. That saved me a run. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Oh, with a new fancy one, an atomizer. Look at that. Nice.
All them guts.
Put them to good use. Takes guts to do that. Badum. I'm here all week. Excellent, so that chlorine production should now... Ah, sweet, that's alright then.
Good, good.
That should now start firing up your build. Yep, that's now maxed out, that's absolutely fine. So that's all input into there, that's fine, that's coming out, that's fine, fine, fine. Yep, so it just needs the barreling of the ethylene glycol that I need. So in theory, if I take a copy of that, they are, aren't they, Phil? That atomizer that Akram's near looks super cool. Where did he put it? Where's he gone? There he is. Yeah, these are. That lightning effect, that looks really, really cool. There's not, in fact, they've thought up all of the names and all of the ideas for building stuff. They've then gone ahead and designed these with animations on them to go in game. It's phenomenal. It's one of those things, it deserves a lot of praise, the mod. It's like a brilliantly difficult mod, but because of the difficulty, it gets overlooked by almost, I'd say, what, 90% of Factorio players? People will look at it and just go, no, it's not for me. And that's a shame. That is a real shame. I would say an absolute crying shame. Okay, let's get some requesters in, and then a passive out on this one, and then we can cut that. Paste it over there, lovely. And now, oh, I didn't do that, did I? What plonker. You need barrels or you're not going anywhere. There we go. Right, barrels on the way. Ethylene glycol is now being barreled. I'm now requesting that plus ethanol. Ah, do we have ethanol? I thought...
I'm half tempted to take that from you, the ethanol.
We
I'm
haven't
already
got...
setting up some molasses up here.
Yeah, we haven't got any ethanol, unfortunately. I thought we did then, but we don't appear to. Can you set up ethanol then, I take it?
Yeah, I guess I'll do it.
Cool, okay. So that'll request into there. That's the ethylene glycol going in. So that literally just needs ethanol and we'll have chimeric proteins available. That's one out of the 3 things needed to make the mutant enzymes. And likewise the pineal gland, once that's available, that'll be the second thing to go in. And then it's just the propeptides, I think. Yep, so I can get rid of... Oh, let me get rid of that off there. Pineal gland propeptides. God, that's a hell of a list as well. I tell you, some of these recipes are just unbelievable. Okay. Just watching you build from above, yeah. Don't worry about me. Don't mind me up here. Cool. So that'll be that sorted. So we decided what did we decide about the pineal gland things? That we need those animals that we haven't got yet to do.
I have given up on making the animals and am now just going to print them.
Okay. Okay, so print those out. That's fine. What else are we missing off the list then? So if you're printing pineal glands, that gets us the calmodium. The chimeric proteins will be done once you've done the ethanol, so that'll be that one. And the propeptides will be done. What's the deal with the propeptides then? What's stopping us there? Did you look at the propeptides, did you say? Dgray.
Propeptides. Yes. We are currently working on getting the Dgray spikes.
Dgray spikes, okay.
We do have the farm of them, it's just slow.
Fair enough. So again, if I just leave this build as it is, as the bits become available, it'll all just start getting requested. So have you got something set up to request spikes at some point and make propeptides?
No, not yet.
I can do that if you want.
City effect.
I can set it up here if you want, just as a sort of end game. I can put a gene lab with everything being requested if you want. Then all you got to do is make them.
Hold off on anything requesting Dingrits.
Okay.
So that it doesn't mess with getting them up.
Propeptides, yeah, so it's... In, out, shake it all about. Quest the chest there. Okay, let's see what actually arrives out of this lot. Hey, binary's not idle anymore. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, the only thing missing is the Dgray spike to get propeptides. And you only need one every 10 seconds as well for that, so it's not a massive amount by the look of it, which is good, because having too many of those would be a nightmare. Question is, where are the Dgrays being made?
Next to the Xenos, you know, that haven't been built.
Doesn't help narrow it down on this map anymore. Found some fish. Ah. Ah, there they are, Dgray pack. Nice. Oh god, crafting speed 0.135, that's with a 80% boost. Jesus. Why are they so slow? Is that by design? It just seems ridiculous.
They only have one module in them currently. I should have gone for like the more expensive ones that make them one at a time versus trying to go for the pups, but whatever.
Okay, so the Dgrays are... Well, no sand? I thought you were making like a bajillion... Oh god, yeah, it's minus hugely.
Did our sand production back up on all the other products? Yeah, but I think that's the case.
Ah, yeah, there's quite a lot of sand. Okay. Just watching the bots go nuts there. Ah, you're just removing them and then... Okay, I see. Yeah, the classic. Make space. This doesn't look like Factorio. No, it certainly doesn't, does it? Escape to Twitch Mountain. Nice, that's a cool name. Yeah, this is Pyanodons. It's a heavily modded Factorio, which some regard as the hardest mod pack for Factorio. We're currently on a community server. There's 4 of us currently playing, and we're racing against the YouTuber called Dgray, who's doing series on YouTube on his own, I might add, with exactly the same map and settings as us, and we're racing in the loosest sense of the term, in as much as it's completely one-sided. The loosest sense of the term, we're racing. But it's, yeah, some of the bits you'll recognise from Factorio, so some of the standard bits and bobs are on here, but then obviously you'll see as it goes through, I mean, that's the amount of liquids that you can barrel in this game. And I have to scroll for like till your finger hurts to get to the bottom of the list. The amount of buildings you can do and products you've got is absolutely massively increased, but it's very challenging, but it's very rewarding when you can crack a recipe and break it down and go, aha, I've got it. No worries at all. If you're looking for more info, feel free to swing by the Discord. We have a dedicated channel for the community server, and you can find out a bit more info and even join in if you feel brave enough. I dare you. See if we can't finish a build tonight. I mean, in build limbo at the minute. Let's keep finding thing after thing I've got to build on top of everything. So Dgray spikes we need, which I've not included in that. Ethanol. How's the ethanol coming, Kev?
I'm tempted. It'll be done after this, I guess. Or I could just barrel some type A molasses and you could do the rest of it.
What's the... Okay, I'm gonna have to check the production chain now for that, aren't I? Molasses.
So it goes to B and then it goes to ethanol. But I also need alien bacteria as well, which is going to need Zogna, which is all over there, technically.
So A with a vacuum infiltration, that's fine. B with alien bacteria and 4-Gwy into ethanol. Okay. Yeah, Binary started setting up some bits next year because we've seen how much you got and we're like, looks like you've almost finished building some of the stuff, so let's start adding bits to yours for you. So I started building the square next year to try and get some of the stuff up and running for you. But it's one of those things, we went down the rabbit hole of, I'll just do this. And then obviously went, oh no, there's like 40 recipes still to do before we get to that one part that I needed. Just gutting. What are we missing now? Okay, I can make... Where's that? Let's get on that network. I can cover one of those. Circuit 2s are under 1k, okay. Yes, processors is what I'm currently, or was currently trying to work on. But we got snagged at the processor core is where I'm at. Because the Chitosan is obviously not available. But we now have chitins, we have sodium hydroxide to a point, we have empty petri dishes, we just need the mutant enzymes, which we're now trying to build. But every time we go down one recipe, we've jumped down another and realised there's like 3 things for that. Do that one, 3 things for that. It's like a bloody pyramid scheme, this. Pyanodons, the pyramid scheme of Factorio mods. That's a very fitting description, I think. So I mean, Kev, if you want to make type A molasses, I can hop in a new square and start getting ethanol.
It is on the network.
Cool, I'll start using that for the next step then. So type A goes into type B, so it's in a filter. That's easy enough. I'll build one for now and see how it stacks up. Got filters somewhere, where are they? Filter, there we go. 1, 2, there. Input, output, request in, and passively provide out, I think. Yes, because you're barreling it up, so I want to request the barrels in for masses type B. Oh no, I always get that. I need it to go into unbarreler first, don't I? Of course I do. So let's do that. Let's make a few of those just in case I need more. Probably going to need more. Right, that's going to unbarrel molasses from yourself. Empty molasses type A. And then we put it into this filter. That's... where are you? Oh, it needs a vacuum and filtration media in. Okay, that's not too bad. A vacuum is done in a vacuum. Was that a pump? No, what was it called? Is it a pressure pump? Does a pressure pump make a vacuum?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. You know when you think you're going mad, it's like, I'm sure that's the right answer. Just need to double check. Okay, I should be pinching all of your molasses type A now, all being well. Pressure pump, let's put that on the side. I need 150 every 10 seconds, 15 a second, and that gives you 10 a second, so I need 2. Maths! Yeah! Phil, I did it in my head. For once. Actually, I might not even need... Just realised I'm using a type 2, it's times 2, isn't it? So it's actually 20. I don't need the second one. Because the crafting's done twice as fast. Haha. There we go, that's 2 things in, then just the filtration media. We're cooking now, we're cooking now. Make that 30 for good measure.
So technically, while I'm here, I could just print Dgray spikes as well.
I wouldn't say no. Would not say no. Only need, like I say, 1 every 10 seconds to fulfill the very, very baseline need for those propeptides. But I need a bioreactor now myself. No, not a biofactory. Ooh. Need a mixer and a moss farm on me. Okay. What can I just do? Oh no, let's see. Have we got any bioreactors in the logistic network? That saves me building them. Yes, we do. Okay. That saves me a bit of a headache. I can just go, right, you're a bioreactor, you can go, say, there. Problem solved. So that's going to take in 4 guy B-type molasses from there, and alien bacteria. Okay, that should be straightforward, he says. There it is, ethanol.
No chemical plant upgrade.
Oh, look at that for lining up as well. Oh, is that... Okay, so the alien bacteria is actually a liquid of sorts, is it? Oh no. We don't have any alien bacteria.
You mean...
We almost have
Oh
alien
yeah, because we
bacteria.
have the tendons, right? Is that all we're missing?
I think that's what Binary's working on, yeah.
Here, let me just cheat some of those in.
So that's the only thing I'm missing is alien bacteria then to get ethanol. Ooh, I think I can do that as well. Oh, that is compact. It's compact, but I'll take it. Can request the chest in there. Wait, why can't I oh, okay. I'm gonna guess I can't make it. Well, that makes no sense. Alien bacteria is made in a gene lab. Why does it show up as a pipe input then? Why is alien bacteria a pipe input when it looks like it should come out as an item? Am I going mad?
It's definitely a liquid.
Oh, we're making those calamodulin binding agents, by the way, so we now have 2 out of 3 things for the mutant enzymes. You'll be pleased to know.
Yes, the tendons, the glands, and the spikes are all being printed.
Brilliant. Oh, here we go. Empty alien bacteria. I found it. I'm just being stupid. So I'll do that to request them down once we've got them. So that's fine. That's fine. We just need the Fogai. Fogai. Still a silly name for an item, I think. Fogai. Or Fogai. I don't know. Mushrooms. Stick with mushrooms, you can't go wrong. Okay, and then I'll barrel up the ethanol beneath. And in theory, we're nearly there. Bloody telly, turn back on. Oh, in, out. Requester in, and passive out. Ethanol, where are you? No sand, no sand casting, no plates. Sand become a real issue now then, is it actually dead? we go, that's all hooked up. Hooked up nicely. Okay. Our good propeptides is now going. So we've got propeptides, we've got calmodulum. So it's just the chromic proteins. Did I set them up anywhere? Yes, I did here. So that's on me, that's the ethanol. So that ethanol I'm making down here, but I need alien bacteria. So what's the status on an alien bacteria then? What's that?
Should be moving.
Okay, let's have a little look. Can't see any in the network yet.
I don't think it's being barreled.
Ah. Where's it likely to be being manufactured then? As a... Oh, okay. Read my mind. That's missing something, isn't it? Yeah, it's missing this stuff again, which is missing... Oh, it's that tendons. Yeah, okay. That's fine. So it's the tendons coming that's going to make that. So if we could just barrel a little bit of that as well. In fact, I probably don't need to worry about that if that's going to come off there. That's direct. Depends how much it's going to make. Let's have a look. I need to see how much it's going to actually produce out of that. That makes 50 every 15 seconds. And this needs 100 every 10. Yeah, I don't think it's going to take... Well, I don't think you can barrel it. It's either going to barrel or it's going to be made. To be fair. What's that stuff there? Everything else is fine actually. It's just literally going to be the serine from the tendons. That's pretty much the only hold up. If you can get those out. Which is not very quick, is it? You mean this serine 10 every 30 seconds, it's 1 every 3 seconds. But the tendons aren't quick at all. Yeah, not quick at all. Oh, here they go. There's the first run of 50 alien bacteria, which should create our first bio battery. Yeah, that's the problem. We need it for both, don't we? In fact, the bio battery hasn't got anything yet. Yeah, shall I pinch? Okay. I see what you mean now.
So I'll just leave this be, unless we need any other body parts.
Why, yes, Frankenstein, we do. That sounds awful when you said that, doesn't it?
It all just comes in as a goo, and then it leaves as like arms and legs.
As you do. Right, request in passive out. Spot of power. There we go. That will barrel something up. Don't know how much. See how it goes. Yeah, it took a bit both ways. That's right. It will start barreling. It's very, very slow, but that will barrel up some, which will then come over here, unbarrel and go into here. And I need 20 every 5 seconds. I need 2.5. No, 10 every 2.5 seconds. 5 every 1 and a bit seconds. So I don't need a massive amount at the minute. Once that first barrel comes over though, that should get ethanol going, which should then, in theory, get the last bit we need for the processors. It's all coming together.
For processors?
Yeah. They'll be made hopefully in a few minutes if we're lucky.
We need alien bacteria for processors.
Yep. Which we're now kind of siphoning off the bio batteries for the end product. Because if we don't get the processors, you can't get the bio batteries either. We need both. We need a lot of alien bacteria, unfortunately. And it's just not coming. Oh, hello, where did those tendons come from? Someone just boosted the tendon production. I know.
No, they're all coming from my side.
It went from 0 to not 0. Yeah. It says like deliver 100, but I don't think that's right, surely. No. There's the bots, isn't it? Not calculating right when they pick up.
Look at all those fresh tendons. Those non-lab grown tendons.
Totally organic. That's what we love to see. That's what we love to see. Right, come on, give us a barrel. Ah, the okay, the tendons are in. It's just, God, the buildings are just so slow. So slow. There we go. Come on, this has got to be a barrel, surely. Come on. Just give me one barrel. I want to see one barrel complete. So I know. There we go. One barrel complete. Here it comes. Barrel in. And our first 100 ethanol is on the way. Yes! Okay, ethanol is very, very, very slowly being produced. Yes, the alien bacteria is needed for the ethanol, which goes into the processor side as well. So basically I've now, hopefully, once this runs, completed the processor side. Got that. It's just that side needs the ethanol. Yeah, so we're waiting for the ethanol to get the chimeric proteins. Once you've got all three of those, you then get the mutant enzymes. Once you've got the mutant enzymes, we can then move on to Chitosan. Once you've got the Chitosan, you can then make the processor core. Once you get the processor core, you can then make the processors. So just for reference, we're currently at mutant enzymes, then it's Chitosan, processor core, processor. So I think I can set up the next part, because once they come out, we're then making Chitosan in a bioreactor, which I think I was making. Did I make a bioreactor? I can't remember if I did or not. No, what was I doing with it? I had this. Oh no, I was doing this, wasn't I? The ethanol. That's right. So I can put this bioreactor up here. Oh, what time is it? Right, I'm going to have to take a short break because I've got to sort a few bits out because the baby hasn't woken up yet. But I need to put a kettle on and such for when she does wake up. So I'm just going to take a short break and get that sorted, and then I'll be back to finish this little build off. So bear with me for 5 minutes tops. I'm going to click on the advert button while I'm on here, so feel free to walk away, get a drink, do whatever, and whatnot. I'm going to stick it on the intermission screen and click on my run ad break button I've got, and yeah, I'll be back in 2 or 3 minutes tops. Just got to stick the kettle on for this bottle and whatnot. Having a baby in a pandemic is fantastic fun. Just for reference. So yeah, give me 2 minutes and I will be back very, very shortly. Okay, I am back in the room. Thanks for putting up with me for a second. I've got the old kettle stuck on, so I'll sort the baby out when she wakes up in a bit. So where were we? I was getting this ready for the next step, so when everything's running we actually start producing. Can't remember what I was looking at now. Chitosan, that was it, in a bioreactor. Chitosan. Are we calling it Chitosan, Kev, or are we calling it something else?
I don't know. I don't know what it is with the sand slapped onto it. I mean, it could be Chitosan, but
it doesn't sound right. So that is everything apart from the sodium hydroxide, which I know we're struggling with. We are producing, but we are negative on. So that just needs more. But that will give us that. Why all the mutant enzymes? Oh, okay. Hang on. Oh, that is almost perfect. Hang on. Let's make that power pole go there. Oh, that is beautiful. It's like I planned this. So once we make the mutant enzyme, its output, and I've made the factory for the that requires it with the Chitosan directly opposite now, so it just goes straight in. So this all just flows really nicely so far. So once we've got that, we then need Chitosan heavily N-doped, lightly N-doped, and heavily P-doped for a processor core in a molecular assembler. Molecular assembler. That's dope. That's dope 3 times over on that recipe. So I should better build this just here, I reckon, when it's finished building. Molecular... where's it gone? Oh, there it is. Yes, molecular assembler. Processor core. And that is a flat 4 things in, 1 thing out. So that's actually... I wouldn't say really easy, but should just be an in and an out on that. There we go. That's requesting 3 of the 4 things. That's perfect. Power pole for that. And then the processors are next, and they are... Let me just clear my recipes off my list. Enzymes. Right, processors are made in an electronics factory, and we've got one liquid to unload. So I need to build an electronics factory. Oh, Mark II as well. Lovely. Okay, so this should be the end of the chain. This literally should mean... Oh, I've got some sodium hydroxide. Just need the mutant enzymes. Yeah, once these bits all start coming through, and like the ethanol comes through, we are going to be making processors. Fantastic. I'll put this factory here. That is that one. Okay, put that there, and then we go. Please make processors. Please input a... Where's that vacuum? That one? Is that a vacuum? No, where's a pressure pump? That one. That there. Make a vacuum. And you need 100 every 10 seconds. 10 a second. 10 a second. Beautiful. There we go, that's the vacuum in. You need to unload industrial solvent in the other side. Put it there? I can put it there, can't I? Why not? Unload industrial solvent.
There's always another creature to make.
They found yet another creature. Which one are you making this time?
Renea, sunflower thing.
That request's in, that's beautiful. The rest of it should all be so I should better do that. Okay. Bring the gold in. There we go. It says everything apart from the processor cores, which is awaiting the Chitosan, which is awaiting the mutant enzymes, which is awaiting the chimeric proteins, which is awaiting the ethanol, which is awaiting the alien bacteria. But why haven't they... Why isn't that not unloading? Anyone give me a clue why this isn't working? I've got 320 in there and it's not unloading into the input.
Hey guys, I wish you a good night. I'm off for tonight.
No worries, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate the input as always.
Yeah.
You need barrels in your ethanol loading station.
Oh, thank you. Jesus. Tell you, if I had a brain, I'd be dangerous. There we go. Ethanol should no longer be a problem. This should pump out. There we go. We're about to get processors, boys. We're about to get processors. not output these things, have I? It's anything. These are going to build up in here. Must remember the outputs. There we go. So that should come from there and go down to here. Come on. There it goes across to there. Here come the mutant enzymes, 100 of. We only need 50 every 5 seconds, and I'm making 50 every 5 seconds. That's perfect. That's now being produced. Now the Chitosan's being produced. Oh, this is fun to watch. This is like happening in front of my eyes.
Are we making DMS?
Who just stole my
We're
Chitosan?
so close to making.
There we go,
those
Chitosan.
boards. Nice.
Core processor. Here comes the processor. Boom, processor's alive. My work here is done. And the processor being used. I guess they're going over to this build that Binary built to get the stage 3 circuits. Let's see how close we are now then. Where did he need them? Down here. Yep, that's alright, Binary. We're one step closer now. Yeah, you're missing a few bits off your list there, aren't you? But you're pleased to know the processors are done, so there's that. Which is good. Definitely good.
The third circuit substrate is being made where?
That is being made. Is that the mounted circuit substrate? That's where Binary just pinged.
But the substrate itself.
Oh, the printed circuit substrate. Ooh, I don't know. Having said that, I do not know. Binary might know if he's still there, unless he's disappeared. I assume he's making it in this setup somewhere. He's making everything else. Printed circuit substrate. You know what? I can't see it. I don't know what he's done with it. Could be anywhere. What's that? That's nickel core, no. That's PDMS graphene base, nope, not that. Graphene sheet, no. No idea where it is. I don't even know if it is being made. Let's see, so that's
Alright, well I'll get the CAD bars up and then
no fiberglass being made, no printed circuit. Fair enough. It looks like that's the last thing we need. Like the last things we need is the actual bits for the mounted circuit substrate, the printed circuit substrate, all that lot. So it's the stuff Binary is working on.
yeah, so we already have epoxy, so we literally just need glass fibers to make fiberglass, and then I need to get the DMS from Kedberg.
Yeah, everything else, processors are all going nicely. We've got like 18, it's not a lot, but it'll do. Okay.
Well, he has a graphine, so it should be around.
Just can't see it if he is doing it. You know, just like, nope, can't see the. Have a look on map view. Where's that at? Over here somewhere. Yeah, PDMS graphene base. Yeah, that's that there, isn't it?
Yeah, BMS is right below it, yeah.
Yeah, can't see the. There's so many problems. There's so many recipes so close to each other. It's hard to pick them out sometimes. I don't think they're there. Right, well, I think on that happy note anyway, I'm gonna have to call it a night because it's been 3 hours. It's approaching midnight my time. Well, I've got work tomorrow, sadly. I wish I could stay on for longer, but yeah, it's not to be. I'll be ruined tomorrow, which is always fun. Let's see. I might end the stream on a raid as I did last time because sometimes that's quite handy for. It's a bit selfish on my part because it's just looking out for me in some respects, but it's nice to have people raid me in return and whatnot. So I will end the stream raiding someone who's thinking that. I think probably Nephrem's because he's at the top there, and see how that goes. I don't know. I've never used this button before, so I don't know what I'm doing. So yeah, on that happy note, thank you chaps for turning up and coming along and playing, because it's always appreciated, and I do enjoy learning Pyanodons with you lot. It's always a good evening. So have a nice evening, whatever's left of it for you guys, and I'll hopefully see you all tomorrow if all goes well.